Welcome back to Crypto. In today's content, we'll talk about BTC. We'll take a look at Ethereum, XRP, BNB, and all that good stuff, and what type of price action we could be anticipating over the next like a few weeks or even like a few months going forward, right? So if you take a look at BTC on a lower degree, when we take a look at it on 3D and lower, we can see like we are still struggling to break out below the 18k 19k battleground, and we still not breaking out to the upside. Bears still pushing the price down when it comes to the 3D 21 EMA, 2D 21 EMA price action. It is still below our resistance level right here. So as we said back in August, right, when BTC was at 24k right here, what we were referring to was like, okay, well, we're going to be dropping down to the 18k 19k support in terms of Fibonacci. If you do a swing low to swing high, you can see like it is exactly at 50% to a 0.618 pullback. So that was our target back in August, right? And if we take a look at it really closely, right, you can see, the MACD on the 2D basis, it is positive, even though we got a big dump, right, from the 24k right range back in August and all that good stuff. The MACD on the 2D and 3D, they still positive. So that is making price action to to find a strong support at 18k to 19k. So until we get a negative MACD on our 2D to a 3D time frame, right, bulls most likely going to be holding the 18k to a 19k support, right? For the reversal to take place, bulls basically will need to basically take out the 3D 21 EMA just about like a 19.9, okay, 19.945 range as of now, okay? So in order to basically try to attack the 22.4 up to a 22.8 range, right? So the upper level resistance, if it breaks out above the 22-23k area, going to be the August highs, all right, just about like a 24-25k area range, okay? So the downside support, if you guys recall, we talked about the monthly 100 EMA, okay? But the monthly 100 EMA right now, it is very close to our previous support, just about like a 17.5. Right now the monthly 100 EMA, it is at 16.7. So what I've been saying recently is like it doesn't worth the risk to basically rely on the monthly 100 EMA, okay? The most important EMA to rely on going forward going to be the monthly 100 SMA, which is at 12.5. okay? So we've been talking about the 12k area for the last few months. So it is a moving average, so we don't know when BTC will retest the monthly 100 SMA, okay? Because if we move sideways for the next few months, right, the monthly 100 EMA most likely going to join the price action right here, could be even up to like a 17k, depending on how long we're going to be moving between 20k to 24k over the next like a few months. So but the next major moving average, once again, to pay attention to, it is going to be the monthly 100 SMA, not 100 EMA. The 100 EMA right now, it is at 16.7 and all that good stuff, okay? So now let's take a look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, as we said back in August right here, our resistance going to start at 1710, right, 1950 and up to basically 2050. So bears basically striked right here, just about like a low 2000, and dumping the price down. As we said, if we retest the 0.618 Fibonacci, we're most likely going to see some sideways correction. We don't know what type of pattern we're going to get, right? But as you can see, it is creating a small flat correction right here. So MACD is positive right here on on the 2D basis, but if you take a look at our RSI, we're still in a downtrend. RSI is still making lower highs right here. So we just have to be very, very cautious, because we were as we were expecting Ethereum to dump from 2000 down to a 0.618. So that's exactly what is it doing right now, okay? The temporary resistance going to be the trend line resistance right here, right? So if bulls manage to push to the upside, you could be looking for resistance up like a 1450 to 1480. 1480, okay, which is at the same time the previous Fibonacci at 382 right here. Okay, as you can see, we're holding strongly, just about like a 50% to 0.618, 1350, 1250 range. If you've been watching our channel long enough, back in August we said 1350, 1250 going to be the first downside target, secondary support going to be right here for the bulls, and target for the bears 1050 to 950. The lower range support that could take a while to get there. I just don't know when it could get there, right? But the lower range support going to be 650 to 550. Okay, on the macro level, if you do a swing low to swing high for Ethereum, let's take a look at it on the macro scale. If you do a swing low to swing high, you can see like a 50% pullback going to be at $600. So you want to basically be cautious and watch the range of 650 to 550. 382 was 980, and remember when Ether was right around like 2000, something like that, right? And BTC was right around like I think 40k, something like that, right? I can't remember exactly, but I think 32k. Okay, BTC was right around like 31, 32, and Ether was right around like a 2000. What we were saying, like, hey, most likely going to be dropping down to the next Fibonacci, all the way down to $1,000. Okay, at 382 Fibonacci. So we said, okay, 1050 to 950 going to be the consolidation range, and that's exactly what happened right here. So the next consolidation macro pivot point for for Ethereum going to be 650 to 550. But once again, it is not going to be a cheap shot. I don't think we will get there in October, possibly sometime later, but we will see once we retest the 950 to 1050 area, right? If it holds, right, it could bounce back up. That's the problem. Okay, so we can't just say like, okay, it is going to dump straight down to a 650 to a 550. So if you guys recall, when we were saying like, Ether going to drop down to like a 1710, what we said was like, once we hit 1710, right, now after that, right, 1950 to 2000 going to be the ultimate resistance before dropping down here. So we don't know what type of a price action we're going to get once we if Ether bears strike down and basically dump the price all the way down to the low $1,000 and all that good stuff. So just have to be patient until we get more data. Once basically price action hits the 1950 to 1050 area and all that good stuff. All right, so now let's take a look at Ether in terms of a sideways correction. It's been moving sideways. It's been pretty boring since like September 2021. September 21st, okay, 2022. So until basically October 23rd, 24th, right here, it's over 1 month. Okay, it's been moving sideways, pretty boring, and that's what we've been expecting before the drop. As I said in my premium group, I said don't expect like Ether to drop linearly like that. Okay, yes, we caught the previous linear drop, but it wasn't like in one go. We didn't drop like from 3150 down to 2000. What we said was like take profits right here 1710, right, wait for the bounce up to like a 2000 and basically take it down again right here just by like $1,000 to a 950 area. So that's the same scenario, right? As you can see right here, we're not dropping straight down to a 1050. Okay, it is moving sideways at 0.618 and nearly taking like 1 month to break the 0.618 Fibonacci and all that good stuff. All right, so now let's move on to ETHBTC. So ETHBTC, if you've been watching our channel long enough, right, we talk about it right here back in August, mid-August, right after we crossed negative on our MACD. What we said was like, okay, it is time to release Ether. Okay, we're most likely going to see another reversal because the Ether dominance at that time was like 21%. Okay, so 21% for Ether dominance is pretty high. So we said, okay, it is time to look for another reversal. MACD on the 2D is negative, so it is an early warning, and we got another warning on the on the 3D basis right here. So the 3D MACD crossed negative after the retest of the 8%, 8.3% and all that good stuff. So created a double top, double bottom, broke below the double bottom right here, and now it is looking to retest the 0.05 and all that good stuff. Okay, so in the next few weeks, month, or even, I don't know, I don't think it'll take like years to retest these 4 to 5% and all that good stuff. But keep an eye on Ether. It is pulling back up, could try to retest the trend line support. As you can see right here, we said if it breaks below the 7% range, now we could get an easy shot all the way down to 5% to 4% and all that good stuff. Okay, so pretty straightforward. So temporary resistance as of now going to be the 7%. If we break out above the 7%, we'll talk about it, but as of now it looks like the trend, it is down, just like what we said back in April when we created the double top double bottom right here, just about like a 7%. Okay, we said we're going to be pulling down to a 5% and all that good stuff, and that's exactly what we had. That was one of the reasons why we were bearish on the Ether. When you take a look at the ETHBTC chart, was pointing down. Okay, it was clearly pointing down. You take a look at the MACD cross negative on the 3D right here. So we were pretty confident back in April, back in Q2, like Ether going to drop more than 50% in USD, and at the same time drop pretty much a lot in terms of the BTC valuation and all that good stuff, right? So you take a look at it versus BTC, it dropped over like a 35%, okay, in in Q2 and all that good stuff, right? So now let's move on to XRP. So XRP, a pretty straightforward price action. Okay, got a nice bump after the June lows, consolidated for a few weeks or even month. Okay, we got our June lows back in June 18th, right? Just about like a 30 cents, give or take. So move sideways until basically first week of September and pump all the way up to like a nearly 60 cents, okay, give or take 55 cents, right? So but that pump came in like in let's say in 3 days. Okay, the breakout above the 40 cents range came out like in just like 3 days. In 3 days it pumped like a 43%. Okay, everyone started to get excited and all that good stuff, but XRP, just like most of these crypto, they struggling to break out above their monthly 21 EMA. So what I said was like XRP was just trying to basically retest its monthly 21 EMA. Did not even get the chance to exactly retest it because the monthly 21 EMA was right around like 61 cents. Okay, so sucker hit basically 55 cents and basically double top right here. So that's what I said in my premium Osnos. We retested the daily 21 right on a lower degree, and XRP was pushing back up. We said, okay, if we retest the 55 to 56 cents range, we're most likely going to create the double top double bottom and going to be dropping back down to a 43 to a 41 cents area, right? And that's exactly what happened, okay, with XRP and all that good stuff, right? So let's take a look at XRP once again. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. Okay, so what we're looking at right now, just like Ether, okay, Ether pumped all the way up to 2000 and retested what 50% to 0.618. So XRP, if it breaks below the 41 cents, we could be looking for the 0.618 support at 37 cents, and finally later on be looking for the June lows somewhere around like a 30 cents on average and all that good stuff. Okay, in terms of MACD, we talk about the daily divergence right here. As now as we got the daily divergence, right, we said, okay, we got a pretty good confidence right now, like XRP most likely going to be retesting the low 40s and all that good stuff. Okay, in terms of RSI, you can see like the trend in terms of RSI, it is still down. We need a an uptrend in terms of RSI to say, hey, we're going to be pushing to the upside and all that good stuff. But the trend as of now, it is still down. Okay, it is not like a it is not creating some high lows and high highs and all that good stuff. So it is creating low highs, okay, and lower lows. So that's not good at all in the short to medium term and all that good stuff. Okay, so we'll talk about XRP on the monthly and all that good stuff in another video. And right, and now let's go ahead and move on to to a BNB, right? So let's move on to a BNB. So BNB, when we take a look at BNB, let's take a look at it on a lower degree first. Okay, so when we take a look at BNB on a lower degree, a nice setup, right? most of you guys know we've been talking about double tops, double bottoms, right, for the last few months or even years, right? So as long as we got the three-way move pullback, right, just like that, we got our three-way move pullback and created an internal flat correction. Just like that, we said, okay, now it is time to be pushing down. Yes, it dumped down to the low 250s, right, but created a temporary triple bottom. Okay, so now I know most bulls going to be like, okay, it is a triple bottom, but you gotta think about it. Okay, RSI, it is still pointing down, so it is not giving us yet a reversal, a reversal pattern in the short to medium term. So we just have to be very cautious. In terms of MACD, you could be making a strong argument like, hey, we're most likely going to be pushing to the upside, but the fact that we got a double top, double bottom right here, making me very, very patient, right, and saying like, hey, this might not be a bullish divergence, so it might not be something we want to be we want to be relying on, right, saying like we're going to be pushing to the upside. Yes, it is there. In terms of histogram, you got your divergence. In terms of MACD, you got your divergence. But remember, the previous setup right here was a flat correction, and most of the time these flat corrections, they come with what? With a divergence. All right, so just be cautious with BNB. Okay, so in terms of Fibonacci, if we do a swing low to swing high, right, we're holding strongly just about like a 382 Fibonacci. So 0.618 going to be somewhere around like the low 230s, right? So keep an eye on BNB. If it breaks out to the downside, we could be looking for the 230 temporary support. 230 temporary support at 0.618, and then basically 0.786 going to be the $200 and all that good stuff. So $200 going to be 0.786 down to a 0.888 range. The upside resistance temporary going to be still the 295, right, up to a $300 range. That's going to be our temporary resistance right here, right? So the upper level resistance, once again, if it breaks out above the $300, yes, bulls could start to look for the 328 to 330 range. But on the macro level, it doesn't seem like BNB in a BNB going to be pushing back up above the monthly 211 EMA, because if you take a look at the monthly 211 EMA, it is at 305. Where did we got rejected at? We got rejected at exactly at the monthly 211 EMA right here. So we could be looking for the on the macro level. Okay, now on the macro level, we could be even looking for the 382 Fibonacci right here, just about like $100. Okay, give or take low $100, right? So something to keep in mind, until we break above the monthly 211 EMA and consolidate above it for a few months, right, we can't be so confident like a BNB is in a bull market. All right, so the trend, it is still down, and most of the time when these alt break out below the monthly 211 EMA, they tend to break out for like 50, 60, 70, 80. Some of them even drop like 90% below the monthly 211 EMA. So something to keep in mind. But once again, I don't think like BNB will drop 90%, 95% below its monthly 211 EMA. Okay, I'm not talking about like 95%, from all-time high, but 95% like below the monthly 211 EMA at the time of the breakout. Okay, initially below the monthly 211 EMA, right? So you take a look at it, 95% will take us somewhere around like $22. So I don't think we will drop down to those levels at any given time. So we'll just focus on the next Fibonacci on the macro level, just about like a low $100, give or take. Okay, in terms of MACD, monthly MACD, it is still pointing down, and I don't think we will be in a bull run until we get a positive MACD on 3 weeks up to the monthly time frame and all that good stuff. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching.